What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is Sunday, the 16th day of November, and here we are sitting at about 0.00589. 9 hours and 13 minutes left in this day and in this week. We're trying to provide that we have a double bottom here. While it is still completely possible that we go lower, I am under the impression that we will double bottom, W shape, recover out of this, and we will likely move higher any day now. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, zooming in here, we have broken structure, it looks like, a little bit on this 1 hour time frame. Good thing it's just 1 hour structure. It's nothing too significant, right? Here we are breaking out. I want to look at this on a chart with some volume, actually. Yeah, you're breaking out. You're not getting too much volume, right? You can see it. You're breaking out of this, and you're not getting any volume at all. You had a lot of volume down here at the actual lows, right? There's a lot of volume right here. And now we're just breaking out of this to the downside. Let's see, from a low to a high, we're right at our 786. After finding support at the golden ratio, we're either going to find support here at about 0.0586 or 0.058. We're either going to find support here and move up, or maybe a little bit lower, and then we'll move up. And let me just look at this overall as well. Low to high here. 886. I mean, if we went to this 886, why not go to this 886 right here and interact with these lows again? It'll be the exact same 886 level there. So 0.0583, 0.058, we're at 0.0589 now. Nothing too crazy. We shouldn't go below those levels. It's not that if we do that we shouldn't, because now we're in trouble. It's just I don't think that we will. But let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, the 1 hour RSI is bouncing right off the oversold zone here. Maybe not yet. 11 minutes left. It looks like it wants to. The stochastics are bearish at the moment, and the MACD did reject the zero. You're building some bearish momentum, though. You're building some serious bearish momentum here in response to this bullish momentum, and you're not really doing much, right? Again, you broke out, but without any volume, and really you're just putting in a higher low. So while, yes, you have pulled back, and while, yes, your indicators look a little bit weak here, you've kind of reset yourself, and I think you're ready for a bounce. We'll see. If I'm wrong, and I can be wrong, I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Low to high here, then 0.056 to, let's even say 0.005 itself could be a possible target area if we are to go lower. Okay, 4 hour time frame here. Looking at this, the 4 hour RSI. I mean, if we go any lower, we close here or lower, we're going to put in some bullish divergence on the RSI, on the stochastics, and on the MACD. The MACD already has some bullish divergence. We haven't really actually even seen this move play out yet. I'm very confident, man. I'm very, very confident that, again, even if we go lower from here, I don't think that we go below these lows. And I think that we're going to recover from this. We'll have a W here. We'll have a W here as well. And then we should be moving up to 1 cent sometime next week and above 1 cent, right? 1 cent and above sometime next week is the expectation. I don't like the stochastics. I guess I don't like the stochastics here. Rejecting the 50 is not good, but maybe, again, you go a little bit lower, bounce off the oversold zone, and then we get that higher low in the stochastics, that lower low on a closing basis on the price that is bullish divergence. Same thing on the MACD. I mean, I think the MACD looks fine. Maybe we come down, we get a false cross to the downside, then we move up, something like that. Further that bullish divergence on the MACD. We haven't seen the move yet from this bullish divergence, so I think that we will soon enough. Today's Sunday, it's the end of the week. You know, we might dilly-dally a little bit. Maybe tomorrow we even start off moving down a little bit on Monday, and then we start coming up for the rest of the week. Looking at the daily time frame here, we do have bullish divergence on the RSI, right? Low here, higher low there. Let's see. We haven't seen that move play out yet. Yesterday's move was not enough, in my opinion, to account for this bullish divergence here, right? You got very close, but not quite there. You need to get above this line, and we just haven't seen it yet. So I think that Bitcoin, Ethereum, the rest of cryptos kind of having a hard time over the weekend. And once we show some life starting off the new week, I think that'll help us out. Bullish divergence on the stochastics, bullish divergence on the MACD as well. Bullish divergence on literally every indicator that we have here on our daily time frame. I can't help but think that we are at a low point. Looks like a double bottom to me. We're just not getting a proper reaction. The one thing that I have an issue with is that here we had a nice reaction. I say nice, it was nicer than what we're getting here, right? Typically, whenever you get lesser reactions, that actually will lead you to break out. So again, I'm not calling for lower prices, but if we get them, don't panic, don't freak out, right? From a low here to a high there, the expectation would be 0053 to 0048, somewhere in this area, holds as support, okay? And if we do go below these lows, I would expect it's a very short-lived experience and we'll be recovering, moving back up to 1 cent and beyond in a matter of no time at all. Looking at the weekly time frame, I mean, the weekly MACD is now building bearish momentum at this rate. We are building some bearish momentum. It is still, you still have some kind of sense of bullish divergence here. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe, maybe not. You're building bearish momentum here, so I don't know if we do. We've probably gotten rid of that. Stochastics do have bullish divergence, and the RSI is oversold. Some of the most oversold readings that we've seen really since the bear market ended. Looking at this from the low to the high, we're right at the 0.5. A lot of cryptos like to find support right at their 0.5. At least this cycle, that's just been the theme for whatever reason. And then on top of that, XCN BTC, again, we look at this, it hasn't gone any lower, at least not to my knowledge. Yeah, we've found support there and we've held support there. And that level there is our golden ratio zone, which also correlates with this prior area of resistance back here and here. Very significant levels. I know that we pay attention to the we pay a lot of attention to the US dollar chart, but the Bitcoin chart is just as important, if not even more important. And bouncing off this golden ratio here, I think is a good sign. It's a really good sign. It's a big deal. We look at the weekly time frame here. We've got bullish divergence on this weekly MACD right here. That's very significant bullish divergence. That actually looks really, really good. And that tells me that at any moment now we're going to revert. We're going to reverse and come back up. We look at the RSI. We're at the same levels here that we were down here whenever we found our lows. And we have bullish divergence on the stochastics as well. There's a lot of good things setting up. We need to make a move. And I think that we'll know that we're making our move once we're above. Let's just see here. Let's actually look at this. Maybe from this high to this low. When we get back above $0.00821, that's how we know that the low is in and that we are ready to progress higher above 1 cent and really going all the way up to prices that should be somewhere around 10 to 20 cents, somewhere in that range by the end of the year, if not by the end of January. But I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. I do want to look at the ribbons, and then we'll end this video. Let's just look at the ribbons real quick. Hold on. Let's see here. Put it in log. Weekly ribbons. I don't like the weekly cross. That's not good, but to be fair, we're pretty far away from the ribbons too. Let's imagine that we do have lower to go. We'd probably still at least come up from here, and that bounce in itself, this is versus Bitcoin, not versus US dollar. I mean, if we get 100% pop versus Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's moving up, we should see greater than that in OnyxCoin as well. And then we also really do run the chance of flipping this ribbon back to the upside. It's kind of a weird look, I'm not going to lie. 3-day time frame here. Bearish, but again, you're pretty far away from the ribbon. Whenever you get this far, the daily time frame is bearish as well. But we're slowly getting closer to this ribbon as well. I want to see us get above this ribbon on the daily time frame. It starts here. We want to flip this up. And then the US dollar pair. Let's just see. That, by the way, I mean, this, I could give you the price. Normally I would give you the price, and that's what I was going to do. But I'm like, this isn't relevant to anybody. What, you want 0.7879 to the -7, right? Put 7 zeros out in front of it. Bitcoins, that's the price we want to get above. XCN USD, though, we want to get above 0.00866. So that's pretty close to our 236. Getting above that 0.008586 level is going to be significant. And whenever we get above there, that should allow us to cross this ribbon to the upside, and hopefully not just a false cross like this back here, but hopefully something that provides consistent growth and continues to grow from there. Weekly time frame, we've just crossed down. Now this is a bad look. Let's be fair here. This actually is a bad look, but it's recent. It's just happened, and there is a scenario where we could V-shape recover out of here and provide that this is a false cross. False crosses do happen. They particularly happen whenever you're in boring moments like this. Okay, so it's possible, but we'd have to see, basically, I would think, let's see, I mean, sometime between now and maybe like the next 3 or 4 weeks, we would have to get above 1.0 2 cents. We have to. And knowing how OnyxCoin moves up, I wouldn't be surprised if next week we were up here or even the following week. But if we're up here before this gets too much further down to the downside, too much more of a pronounced cross, and we actually get back above it, that's the key. We need to get above it. We don't want to see it crossing, come up here, find resistance, and then come back down. That would be very bad. That would be very bad, okay? We need to break above this level and stay above this level and provide that this is a false cross, get things to turn back to the upside. We do all that, we should shape up for a very good end of year finish and going into January as well. But time will tell. I don't really have anything else that I want to say, so I'll just end it there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.